Good morning, everyone. Welcome to Open Revit Class 4. Okay, and now first I'll ask you to mute your camera and pin to Beam India Group. As you already know, just go to Beam India Group presentation and then pin it so that you will see all the presentation, right? Without any instruction. In last class, what tool we explored, it was a beam, especially for concrete beams, concrete walls, columns, and floor. But we did not start with the truss. Okay, truss, and because this is related to steel, we'll explore it later. Okay, so now what we'll do, we'll just go and create a new file, and then we'll just see how we can do the wall and foundations. Right. So this new project. No, do not say. Say this. Structural. Okay. Project. Right. So we can close the previous one. Okay. So what we'll do first, we'll draw one grid system. Okay. So for grid system, we'll go to structural, then you will see grid over here. Just start drawing one straight grid, right? And then make a copy of it. Whatever approximate 3 meter will put, then again copy, we put multiple, then right, so 6 grid this direction and another grid system this direction. And here we will say this A, and then again we'll copy. See, we are just following right now the simplest way. Right, so we can just extend it over here. Extend it over here. We don't want it over here, so just all grids bottom side. Okay. Then what we need to do? We need to create elevation, floor levels. Okay. So go to view. Then you will see there are two floor. One is zero, and we can just extend this 3D one from here to. So we have a ground floor, which is level one here is because we are using this. Oh, sorry, zero. Yes. Then make it first. Right, yes, and then we'll make copy approximately 2 meter only, and we make it. Sorry, we make it forward. Right. So, and then we copy again. 3 meter. So this is it. just a small thing, right? Then we'll go to same and then we'll extend views from this direction. So you can see, right, so it should be, sorry, it should be 2, not the 3. Okay, so now we'll close it. Now you can see level 0 means ground floor, first floor, but we don't have other floors over here. So what we'll do, we'll go view, then we'll go to plan, go to floor plan or structural plan. First we'll create a structural plan and then foundation level and first floor. These it's showing that these two is not drawn yet. I mean we not right. The foundation level we don't have. We have a ground level or 0 level. We have first level and we don't have a level 2. So for that we'll create levels over here. Right. So now we'll go to foundation level. We'll close level 2. Okay. So in foundation level, what we need to do, we'll create a combination of structure. Okay. So first we'll do what we do. We'll draw a wall, structural wall. So property 300. Do we have 301? Yes, we have 301. Generic brick wall. Is there any concrete wall? Yes, retaining concrete wall. So we'll put concrete wall, right? So now we'll see. If you want to select this whole pair, what you need to do, you need to just put cursor on your one element so that it become highlight and then tab. See this one and tab so that you will select all parameter, right? Then click it and now we'll decide the level. Okay, so it should go from foundation level to base level, foundation level, and up to 0 level and minus offset, right? So if we go to 3D and we go over here, so you can see this is from foundation level to level first. Okay, so now what we need to do, we need to put foundation below this. So we'll go structure and then we go wall foundation. Then you will see the types of wall foundation. One type is bearing foundation and different. Okay, so here what is this? So the width is 900 and depth is 300. If you want to change it, just go here and make a duplicate, right? And in duplicate, just say 500 and 1 meter suppose, right? And then 500, oh sorry, 1 meter and 500. And so you don't, I mean, you not only changing the rename, you are renaming this, you also need to update the dimension. Then this parametric will work. Okay. So now you can see here two for this specific for this type. You can see the two 900 by 300 and then 1000 by 500. So we'll choose this one. Okay, then what we need to do, select multiple. First, either we can just select the foundation, okay, or either we can just select multiple with this one, okay, and then say yes. So that's it. You can see the width of this 1 meter. Okay, and the wall thickness is 3 meter. Now we will ask that what about the thickness? So we cannot see that thickness over here. We can see that thickness over here. So now, because this is 3D, I cannot put dimension, right? So right now, what we can see that the foundation automatically take the bottom side of the wall. Okay. So if we'll go here foundation level and we cut one section, okay, you know the section. Either you can go from here or you can go from here section. Then you will select the section type. Is it building section? Cross section, wall section. So right. So we'll just try to use wall section. We'll put and we'll give the limits. It's up to you that you want what you want, right? If you want to put the limit till here, so it will just show that only. Okay, you cut it. Just go and go to view. So now you will see this area. Okay, so one thing in whenever we cut any section, so what is the section? Section is just a area cut, only area cut. It's not cutting throughout. So it might cut throughout, but it is not cutting throughout. So what it is cutting, it's showing the limit, which we call a crop view, right? If I'll off this, if I'll do of this crop view region visibility, so you will not see that line over here. Okay, so this line shows the visibility of the crop. And then if you don't want to crop view, so you will unclick it, so it will show entire geometry which cut on that section location. Then we have annotation crop, mean we cut something. Okay, we cut one section, but the annotation should be inside of that limit. Which limit? This limit. Annotation should be in this limit. So right now annotation limit is this one. If you want to reduce it till here, so you can reduce it, right? So you can see like we are extending this crop view, so automatically that level marking and floor marking and the grid marking is governed with that thing. Okay, right? Okay, so this is my section, and here you can see the depth of this slab is base foundation is 500. Okay, so this is how we can put the foundation below the wall. Now we are going to put some columns, or you can say pedestals. So go to column, just choose one column, not the steel one, only the concrete one. Okay, just take this one and create new duplicate. We will say, let's say 300 by 300. Okay, we'll put here 300 by 300. If you want to put any mark code, this is very helpful when you are going to build quantification, quantity takeoff of this project. Okay, so right now we are not talking about it. We'll teach it, we'll learn it later. Okay. Mm, so first we'll put column from where to here. Okay, just put one column over here. Alright, here, here, or select grid. Just select this grid and say okay. Okay. So now go and select these columns. Alright, only the structural column, not the tag. here you can see whatever you selected. Okay, so it will show the what you have selected. So what I want right now, I want the structural column property, right? So here what it's doing, it's just saying foundation level, base level is minor. So if you will go to in 3D, so you will see very surprising behavior. Okay, so you can see the foundation, the slab top is this one, and it's going downside, which we don't want, right? We'll go here. We'll say the first what we need to set up. We need to set up the top level. Top level should be ground, and then the bottom base level should be foundation level, and then we can make it 0. So like in AutoCAD, what we need to do? We need to put enter. Here we don't need to put enter. Okay, we just drag when we move our cursor over here, so it will just automatically do that. Okay, so sometime what happened that like you are just changing something and you are putting backspace and you put something over here. So what happened? Sometime backspace mean delete, right? So now you can see this one over like this. Now we'll put the foundation of it, column foundation. So for that one, we use isolated foundations. Okay. So choose that one, then you will get one or two proper predefined. Yes, Pradeep. Yes, Pradeep. No, no. Wait. I'll explain you again. Uh, this is my column, right? I'll select all, right? So here you can see in property the base level, base floor level, right? It's connecting from floor level to floor level. Okay, so my what I have given instead of giving any length or something, I have given okay floor first floor of ground foundation floor to first floor. So yes, so I have already put. So right now, what will happen if I will reduce this level? Okay, right now I don't want it 2 meter. I want it -3. See, automatically it stretch the columns and wall and it's downside the foundations. Okay, so that's why what we did we just I assign column or walls with the floors. Okay, if what I will do, if I will put this 2 meter or 3 meter from the foundation level, right? So what will happen that mm, then it will not automatically stretch if we change something. Okay, right? Okay, no. So anybody, if you feel any query, all right, any thing, you can just interrupt me and clarify your issues, right? Okay, now we'll move to next. Okay, so now what we are going to do, we are going to do put isolated foundation for the column. We'll go here, so we'll see the let's say default types, right? We can just go here and then we can duplicate it as per our requirement, right? So we'll say okay, 1500, right, and width same. We'll put 1500 because whatever now goes, and we'll put 500, right? Okay, then depth foundation thickness 500, 1500. Okay, so then say okay, right? Now you will see the same. You can see the preview, red color. Yes. Uh, no, no. See, the unit you have to define it, right? But default it will if you will use matrix 1, then default you will get the mm. Meter, yes, you can change that to meter. uh, right. Okay, okay. See, these are the tags. Okay, these are tags. Tag mean yes. Yeah. What? Step footing. Yes. You want to say the difference? Wait. Annotation. Yes. You want to say this type of footing, step footings, right? So for yeah, for that we have to prepare that family. Okay, for that we have to prepare the family. Now this is default family with us, right? Then yeah, like this, right? No, I did not get your point. Can you say again? Yes. Yes. Okay, then you can create a new one. That's not easy, right? Or you can just say that foundation level 1, foundation level 2, or that doesn't matter. Like if we have this one, these are my column, right? If I'll show you, suppose this foundation only, these columns only, they are going below, right? So how much below that we can define over here, column, right? From foundation level minus 1 meter, right? Oh yeah, that's it. Okay, so you will see in 3D, right? Right. So here they have here we have defined the foundation. What I'll say. Yes. So here we have defined the foundation. What is the base? From where the base is either minus or top. Like suppose these column will start from above. So we'll say 1 meter. Right. So you can see here. Okay. Even yeah, even these column just going not mean suppose that floor is from there and then uplift on that direction and this pedestrian going till here, you can also do that. I mean you can define it over here. Yeah, yeah, so you can say top upside, so top upside from top level, not from the bottom level. Okay, so you can put 1 meter, so that's it. Okay, so right now because we are making it simple so that everybody can understand it. Okay, and when you will try is okay, try whenever you try. Okay, just try the difficult one, whatever you have your assumptions, just put that one. If you face you cannot solve that one, then you can ask me anytime, right? Okay, so this for step footing will create a parametric family that will cover later on, because right now we are starting with the basic one. Okay, okay, what whether okay, okay, you yes, it will convert automatically. See, this is like in AutoCAD, what happened? It doesn't change anything, right? Because in AutoCAD, the basic unit is this one. Let's say decimal. Whatever we are drawing, it's the length is in decimal, and when we change the unit, so what we'll say this much decimal is 1 mm, right? And or 1 meter, we can say anything. But here in Revit it doesn't help that one. The what it will do, it will change that automatically. Like right now, if you have put that option, okay, go to manage, and then you can go to here project units. Okay, right now you can see length in mm. Just go here and change either meter, Suppose you change it meter. Okay, okay. So all the length you will see now, right? Right now you can see, right? So same. Okay, and again, mean it's very easy to work with the multiple unit system. Now, right now, I'll change it to mm over here. I'll change it to centimeter of feet and frictional inches. Okay, so apply. See, no need. Right. So for 300, we have a 1 feet. For yes. Yeah, that see, for that you need to see, it will not take double what say double entries. Like wait, I have to change first it to unit meter, I mean, millimeter. Okay, so if I want to change this in foot and inch, only the dimension, right? Then we can create a new dimension type and we can just use the unit. Yes, that will cover when we'll just start the annotation one. Okay. That yes, yes, yeah, yeah. That is also possible. Alternate unit. You can see a alternate unit and alternate unit. You can define over here, right? Right. So like here, I'll put right, to mm and inches, right? Millimeter instead of millimeter. Footprint. Okay. Apply for time being. So you can see here 3 meter or that upper you want upside downside that you can define. Okay, but that will cover in what I'll say in annotation, annotation, right? Okay, that's good that you ask questions so that it become more interactive. Okay, so now we go here. Now we'll put again foundation, isolate foundation, and then whatever we have chosen, right? And it's either column by column, we can select the column, or grid by grid, or one by one. Suppose this one is the type which we are looking for, right? If I select this column and the another column, this one is different, so I can just change over here and I can then select the column. Why we select column, or with the control we can select many columns, right? Yes. Yeah, that is possible. That's not the issue. The sensitivity do you can define over here. Yeah, you can say height offset, right, and move with grid, or you can put that one. That's not a issue. Even if you mean that you can define. Like here, you don't want it center. You want it like you can move it from here. You can put over here. It's not easy like this, right? Even when we put this isolate, rotate, replace. Okay, so right now we can see in 3D model that we place a foundation below it, right? And this is like the right. So now we have used our isolate foundation, wall foundation, right? Now we'll use the slab. So for slab, we'll put in ground slab. We need to put it in uh, ground floor. We'll go here. We'll put. Okay, we'll just either there's two things right there. You can just support pick walls, right, or pick supports. So we'll just try to do quick walls and okay, and we can say yes or offset. Right, offset outside. Let me remove them. Or AL. Before alignment, just if I'll click that one and I will click that one, so I can look that one. Okay, so what I want this floor, I want this floor level over here, or I want that projected outside. Okay, if I want to projected outside, so I will say 1 meter projection. So with the offset, it will show the preview which side and this side. Okay, so now this is my ground floor over here. I'll say okay. Would you like to wall that go up to this floor level attached to the bottom of floor? Please understand this. So right now, before what we are seeing, right? If I, okay. So what was happening that when we say the floor, the wall till slab level or till floor level, so it will just extend it 2 meter, 2 meter height wall. But now what we are doing, we place one slab over here which is 150 thick, right? So now it is asking that whether the wall should stop below the slab, okay, or it will go continue till floor level, okay. But I'll say no, stop it below the slab. Okay, so right now we will go to the section 1. So what we'll see, our it's reduce my wall height below the slab. Now if I change my slab height or slab thickness to 3 meters, so it automatically reduce the slab and column heights, right? So you will see that it is quite, but column is going till here. Why? Because column is a structural element. Structural element means it can be continuous load sharing. So, or if we want, we can stop it below the attached to the base or bottom, and that. So you can see here, it's just going below. Just stop it below. Right. So now what we can do? Go here in 3D elevation. So one, all the walls below the slab level, right? But only few, this one, only one column will be the below. Which one? One column is below. Yeah, this one is below, right? Below the slab level. If we want all, so then we can just stop all the column. If you select something you want to filter, go to filter. You will see here filter, and of analytical one only the structural line. Okay, and then you can say attach voice. Okay, and say yes. Okay, so like this you can just reduce the length of attach that column below, so that what will happen, the quantity will not be multiple. Otherwise what will happen, for that area, for this area, the slab concrete quantity will also come, and the column quantity will also come, column concrete quantity, so that will become multiple. Same for this one, it will not attach this wall below the concrete, below the slab. So what will happen? This area concrete will be the multiple quantity. Okay. So right now we fill the analytical now. Cut column base, cut column. Yes. आ, देखो कंस्ट्रक्शन वाइज क्या होता है, जब आप कंस्ट्रक्शन करते हो, ठीक है ना, आप कॉलम बनाते हो, कंस्ट्रक्ट करते हो कॉलम, हाँ कॉलम कास्ट आप करते हो बॉटम ऑफ स्लैब का, ठीक है ना, जहां बॉटम आप फ्लो ऑफ स्लैब होता है वहां तक आप कास्ट करते हो। ओके, सो इफ विल गो एलिवेशन ओवर हियर, first what we'll do, we'll cast a foundation, then we'll cast our column, we'll cast our column till bottom of the slab. Okay, you will never see that the column we have casted till the floor level, right? Only the column. Then what we'll do, we'll put all the reinforcement connection with the slab. Okay, then we'll cast the slab. Okay, then after we start the column, then again that bottom till bottom of the next slab, right? So that's why this column should terminate below it, right? That's why we don't cut it. If it is yes, if yes, reinforcement will be the continue, but see the concrete and slab, it's a same material. If it is not same material, then the different, right? If this is steel, suppose this is steel composite dam, then in case the column will go straight away from bottom to top straight, right? Did you get my point? Okay, but right now the material is same, so we'll put it same. Like if we talk about the steel sections, steel structure. So in steel structure, what will happen? The column will go from here to top straight, okay, and then we have a connection with the beams, and then we have a beam system, and over the beam system we have a either concrete deck or seating deck. So in what we should do when we are doing modeling, we should follow the construction methodology how we are going to do that. If you will put the, yes, if suppose this is my ground floor, yeah it is, and the ground settlement is different, right? Suppose the ground we have the sand might settle down or something. For that we have to provide opening over the column. Okay, so in that case, what we have to do, we have to provide opening over here so that the column can be continuous, right? And the slab have a independent slab have a tendency to settle down. If something will settle, the only the slab can settle. The column will stay independent. Okay, so that depends how you are going to construct or what are your conditions. Okay, so now we have put the foundation. So I think this is simple, if simplest what we can do, right? And now we'll go to the first floor. Okay, now in first what we'll do, we'll put floor edging right now.
Sir, can you please repeat this process once again?
Which process, brother?
This cut one, the column we have cut below the slab.
Okay, so like, so what is going to do now? We are going to, right. So what you need to do, you need, when you, once you will select that column, it will ask over here, modify structural column tool. So it will automatically open this tool, right? That menu. Then you can say that attach top or bottom. Just click it and rest it. Why it is not opening right now? And then select the floor. Okay. Attach, select the floor. Right. So like now what we'll do, we'll select all the columns. Okay. Filter over here, analytical, and then attach or bottom and then select the floor, right? And again, because this analytical we don't want, and you can see the analytical line of that column goes till here, right? So calculation wise, if I'll give over here VG, right, and I'll of all this one, and I just want to see analytical and apply, so you will see this one. So column is going, the column is going from bottom to till here. So right now you can see that you might see that stat pro model or some models, right? So mm, yeah, it's a center line. You can say it's not only the center line, it's a yeah work lines. Yeah. Okay. So this is because it will look like only the analytical model. So now go here. We don't want analytical over here. Just on and on. Apply. Right. So now we'll go to first floor. Okay. Now we are what we are going to do. Ground floor. We are going to put slab edging, which is very important. You can see the slab thickness over here, right? So just take it first, save or no, I didn't save it. Okay, post training, rabbit, save training. Okay, so we save it and then go here, slab edging. Right. So now we can see only one type of slab edging, and if you go here, you can see the slab edging. The profile what we have 600 by 300. Okay, so now what we'll do, we'll just select the edge, right? Select the edge and select the edge and fin. Go to 3D. Now you can see it's merged it with the top. Right. We go here, undo again, go to plan again, or you can just go to 3D, make it 3D. We want it bottom size, bottom size, and bottom size, and bottom size. Okay. So in section you will see it will look like this, right? If you want to change that one, so if you mean that is not fulfill your requirement, like right now it is 300 and the thickness is also 300, and you want to change it, right? So what you need to do, you need to go here, edit, make a duplicate, uh, 600 slab edge or whatever name you want. Just the name should be self-defined, right? Don't just put anything. So if because if you will work with someone else, okay, and he just try to change something. Okay, this is already 600 percent. We make it 800. Okay, and make it 300 feet. Now what we need to do, we need to go and select the profile. Right now you will see there's three type of profile. One is 600 by 300, 900 by 300, and 900 by the 450. Right. Either we can select from here. Suppose for this one we'll rename it 900 by 300, 450. or we have another one. Okay, so we'll choose that one, apply. So it automatically change that one, but that change only for one area, right? So what we can, the whole it can change. We can select it and we can change it to this one, whatever, and the same it will reflect over here. Okay, so if you want to make any other type of slab edging, you can just add it. You can, what you can do, you can go here, go to family, go to profile.
Hello.
Hello, yes, brother.
Uh, in last में आपको एक प्लीज there is extension of the concrete नीचे के लिए
Mm-hmm. Slab column. ओके, ये स्लैब एजिंग करिए.
हाँ एवरीथिंग तो वो मतलब को एक ही हिसाब से मर्ज नहीं कर सकता.
ये इसके साथ हम मर्ज कर सकते हैं इसको. अभी मैं बताता हूँ. अभी मैं आपको ड्रॉ करना बता रहा था. ठीक है ना. तो यू कैन सी हियर स्लैब एजिंग. You can see here all the defined ones, so you can just right click and create duplicate, and then you can edit it, or you can go here and you will see the edit tool, right? Right, and here whatever shape you want in your new shape type, you can define it. Okay, and now we go here. So you go here, modify and join. Okay, select the slab, select the element. It's not joining because I think we didn't define the proper element material type. So like for this one, material is, let's say where it is. So material, this material is over here, concrete cast in situ, place grade. Okay, now we'll go here and we can define the material over there. Just by category. Right? You will see this block. You can just edit it and you can. Right. So select that one. Okay, apply. Okay, and then we can. We can join. Okay, right now we cannot do. For that we have to what I'll say. So the reason why it's not removing this line. Okay, that we'll do later on. Right now we just continue. Sometime it happen that some elements are not same. Element types are not same, so it will not match that one. Okay. So for that we have to use the another way in detailing. Okay, so now we have done slab edging. So slab edging, I think you all are clear, right? So you clear about isolate footing, and wall foundation and slab, steel beam, concrete beam, wall, column floors. We have already discussed. Okay. First, what we'll do, we'll just uh, finish this one, the reinforcement and steel building. We'll define it later. Okay, or we can build over it. Over here. Okay, so now what we'll do, we'll just start making a concrete structure over it. Detach. So you can see we have detached it. Now if it is steel building, right, then we have to go here, we go to slab. Here we go to slab, we added this slab. and we'll put opening over here, right? So you can see pick line over here. Either you can draw or you can pick the line, right? And you can make that line offset with the 20 mm. Sorry. Copy from here. Here. Why we are making these opening over here? So that our column goes straight, right? Now we'll say yes. So detect target. So here you will see now. Pardon, brother. Okay, so that see if now what I am going to do, I am going to put here concrete steel column. Okay, so in steel building, the slab is independent, right, and the foundation is column foundation is independent. Okay, so that like that earlier the you or someone asked that why is it possible we can put uh, opening over here because column is continuous. So because now we are talking about the what I'll say steel building, right? Now because concrete column is same, you can either concrete column you can place over it, right? But right now I'm just trying to explore some steel connection and steel framing so that we can make a steel structure for that one. So for steel structure, the foundation is isolated. It doesn't connect with the slabs, especially for the ground slab. Because ground slabs, if it is ground slab, we it's supposed to rest on the ground soil. Okay. So now we'll go here. Now we'll put the concrete steel columns. So select the steel column, whatever you want, like UV, uh, 300 UV. No, this is bigger for our columns. You can say, right. So we'll take this one, then again by grid. So we'll select all the grids and say yes. Where it goes. Okay, at column, we'll put column by column now. Okay, we'll put over here one by one. We can put, not an issue. We can put over here. Now we can copy this column, filter, steel column, structural column, not it only. Okay, just copy, multiple copy, yes. Alright, so now we can see a column over here, like this, because it's not saying 010. Okay, so now we'll see that column over here. column size is very small. Okay, not an issue for that. For now we are going to put uh, steel plates or connections. Right. So steel base plate. Now the gut, J bolt, connection. No, not this connection. Okay. Okay. So first we have done this one. Now we'll go to our first floor. In first floor, we can see a column over here, very one line because this is our course, like I told you. Now we'll do it fine. Okay, so now we'll draw our steel structure over it, steel beams. Steel beams, go to property, what beams you need, let's suppose 300, any type, whatever you want. Then again on grid or by selection. So what we can do, first we'll do by manual, right? So you can see here, it automatically give one connection tolerance over here. Like you can see if I put the dimension, this is 13 mm or 12.5. I think it is 12.5, 12.7. If you want, because this right now we are not doing any detail work, okay, so that is okay, so that we can see the difference. If you are going to if you want it properly, then you can change it with here. Like right now it is 12, now I want to put it 10. I want to make it 5 mm only, so you can just make it 5 mm, and you can see both sides the tolerance is 5 mm. This dimension is only 5 mm. Okay, I'll put, I'll make it common for all. Now we'll select the beam only. Go here, filter, structural framing, don't put the column. Oh, girder, yes, so, copy, multiple copy. The constant is that like in F8 in AutoCAD, right? Right now you can see either I can move in this direction, I will not put offset over it, right? Now I will put beam, concrete beam on different direction, right? From here, here, and copy it. So here we have a column, right? On this location we don't have a column. So what it do? It's put that main beams and then crop it around it. Crop it around it. Okay. Here it's automatically just select one side should be longer, and so that the connection we can do the connection. Okay. So this is what we have now. Now we need a sub beams. So now we can define beam systems. Okay. So in beam system we have to define beam. What beam we want. Okay. Just take a smaller one. Suppose this one. Okay. And now you have to either automatic. You have to be okay. Number of the distance between. We just put 1 meter. At what distance? Okay. So you can see here. I want this direction or I want this direction, that we can define. Okay, so just for this one we will start that one, that direction, because these are our main beams. Okay, uh, here also we want this one because this is my main beam, so that it can rest on my main beams. Here this is my main beam, so I will put over here and just go with this one, so that. Okay, so this is how we have become, we put our secondary beams. If you go here in section, we extend this over here, so we can see that this is, oh, it's not a beam, it's just a wire. Okay, so here what we can do, we can select framing grid structural beam system. Okay, so you can see all the structural beam systems selected, and now we can change the distance, beam type. Okay, we can just change the beam type to this one. Okay, and if you want to change, okay, this one, for this location we have more load, so we can just select this beam system and we can put the distance or whatever we want, like suppose 750. So now it's increased one column over, or one beam over here, right? Which is depend upon us what we want. Like I have selected this one, and just fixed length number. I want to put the fixed length, fixed number, or maximum spacing. Whatever criteria I want to put, I can put over here. Like if I say fixed number 6, so automatically 6. If I'll put here 4, 5, so it will automatically that adjust the spacing between that one. Oh, if I'll say maximum spacing, and I'll put 500, then automatically it will count as better for the maximum spacing. Okay, so again we do fix and 750 or 1 meter as better. Okay, so this is my how we are going to use the steel framing, right? Now, suppose because this is my structural structural building, and it is same with one floor to another floor. So what we can do, we can just select and 3D all the elements. Okay, and when we can copy, or we can just copy from here and constrain to another level. So you can see this floor, this column is associated with level 1, right? From ground 0 to level 1. If I select this one, so automatically it's from level 1 to level 2. So once we copy it, so it's already associated all the elements with the respective levels. So now you can see this beams is respective associated with the level 2. If I will change this level to the height, right, automatically it's everything stretch. So that is why it's that Revit, the name Revit is that if you are going to revise something, so the revision is easy. Okay, so now we did this one. So we have covered steel connection also over here, steel plank. Steel. Now we are going to build slab first floor. The slab should be deck slab. Okay, so go here, just select the area, right, or just select points, right, but for that one we'll select just a line. Not this one. Okay, we'll put line, outer line, we select this outer line, we select this outer line, and we select this outer line, and we'll chamfer it. Okay. Not the front. Okay. So now it become rectangular. Now I want offset of 1 meter. So you can see right now it's one element only. If I'll put tab, yes, over here. If I put, so my main direction is this one. Okay, for this one, so all the tag which it will put in this direction. But that is not correct. That is not correct for that area. Right. So what we'll do, mm, we'll distribute it. We have to distribute it in this one. Right. So for this direction, this will be the span direction. Okay. So now the span direction is this one. Right now it's 300 tag, but what we need is this composite tag because this is our steel frame structure. So you go here if you want to change anything. Suppose you want to make it 150 thick. Okay, just make a duplicate. Go here, make 150. This is our definition, DAG definition. Okay, what is the DAG name? Go here, structure. See, default thickness is this one, and here this is metal DAG. Which metal DAG that we can define over here. The material is metal DAG. This is our concrete, and here you can just define which type of metal DAG we are using. So this is something we got from a structural designer, that what type of structural uh, DAG we are using. Okay, and that we can select it over here. Okay, so like thickness over here we'll put, you want to define any other thing. Okay, so if you will see in our section, so yes, so okay, this is longitudinal, right? Now go here and put another section over here. Not for that one. Go. So you can see the tag over here and the concrete over here. But here the problem is that whatever we have done, I mean, this is steel structure, this is we flush with the floor level, okay, and we not flush that with the deck level, bottom of the tank. Now we need that bottom of the tank. So what we can do, we can just select. First we have to check what is the thickness. Okay, if you want to put that 206 now. Go here, elevation, select all steel. Either you can move it, right? Just structural planning, or you can just move it. Flow consistency, no, you cannot. Okay, first beams, right? So here you can define top offset, z direction 206, oh, minus 206, sorry. Okay, so now you can see everything goes down. In section C, section 2, you can see over here that this tag is resting on our secondary beam and the primary beam, which is our the construction methodology, right? So now we have done floor plan for that area, and now we need to do that for that area. Now again go back. What is this one? Align. You can uh, look with this one and then 1 meter offset. Same, you can just go to this from here to here. Right. So now the direction should be that one. So just select the direction and assign this direction. Now this one is that. Right. So if we will go this section, this one section, section one. So in section one, you will see that where is section C? Hmm. Yes, we should move it over here. So what we'll do, we'll see. Okay, section two. This section two. So here you can see that this direction drag is, I mean, steel drags direction is this direction, right? Because so that it can rest on the over there, and for that this one, because we have our beam direction that one, so our drag direction should be perpendicular. So for steel, if it is concrete slab, then not an issue for concrete slab. I mean, if it is simple, just a concrete slab, we can make a one big slab over here because we can define that in reinforcement, right? But because we have a steel deck, we just try to explore the steel deck. Then for steel deck, we have to think about the direction of the deck. The steel diagram. Okay, so now same we have done over here. Now we can copy this tag system from here. Alright, not only this one. Okay, suppose we'll go here, copy, right? First, you can just go here and say copy, and then you can go on second floor and go to the modify tool and say paste. In paste, we have a menu option, right? Placed from the clipboard, so it will clip. Align to the selection level, selected level, so it will place on the same location where we have in previous level, or align with the selected view, right? Align to the current view, align to the same place, align to the peak level, right? So now you're just going to put it align to the selected level, and that's which level, level 2. If we want to put it on multiple level, we can just select that level, then we can say okay. So now in 3D you will see the same dash over here. So this is how we are going, and now we can just join this element to this one, so it doesn't look good here. Why it's join this one? Because this is the same element, right? The concrete is same, just decking is different. Here we cannot see the, in 3D we cannot see the decking. Okay, so this is how now what we have learned about all the columns, steel columns, floor, concrete beams. Now we are talking about the bracing. Bracing is just a simple, just go to elevation. Okay, go to first floor, just go elevation. Which one is this? Go to elevation, right? Now you want to put over here bracing, just use bracing at the tick name or the grid. Okay, what was the grid? This one. Uh, Let me just check first. Okay, this is grid B. Okay, so now go here, grid, either select the grid or grid B. Okay, or you can just pick the plane, and then anything we are going to do in Revit, it's need a plane. Size is very big. Go to property. Here we can change it. Okay, in 3D you can see that bracing over here. So same pattern, whatever wherever we want, we can follow the bracings. Okay. So like here we want to terminate it, so that connection you can go to modify and you can choose here the break. Uh, right, split element. Just click over here. So what you will see that it split it at the work line. Okay, it doesn't split on up and down. Right? I'll take another example. If I put it over here, split. So again, it will split with the center, not any other location. So it is quite intelligent. It will just follow that rule, structural rules. Okay, so we have done concrete structure. We have done the steel structure. Foundation we cover. Okay, so from tomorrow, I think it is more than 1 hour, right? More than 1 hour, right? So from tomorrow, we'll explore about architectural components, right? And at the end, we'll explore about the steel connection as well as the reinforcement. That will be the end one, right? So what I will do, I will just try to give you some example project files over here, right? I have some example project files. I'll give you the link. Just download them and try to create something simpler one. Okay, just you can also start with the simple one so that you can learn something, right? Just do the practice, and tomorrow we'll explore about the architecture, and then next uh, in next week we'll explore about the model in place. Right. So in model in place, you will see all these 3D tools, simple 3D tools like we have in AutoCAD or any other application, extrude, blunt, so that we can build any different geometry which is not defined in our families, structural or architectural families. Right? Anyone have any query? No? Okay, then we can stop. Thank you everyone for joining us. Okay, hope you learned. I'll insist that you do practice so that you can, uh, whatever you are learning, you can just remind and make it permanent. If you will not do practice, that will not be permanent. Okay, you can form, you will forget it after 1 hour or 2 hour or one a day, 1 day, 2 weeks like this, right? Okay, so for today we'll close, and for tomorrow we'll send the link again. Okay, bye everyone. Hope you liked today's class. If you like this video, please share, like and subscribe our YouTube channel BIM India Group, and share this video to the person who are looking for training in Revit. And if you are interested, you can contact me. थैंक यू ऑल। नमस्कार। आपका दिन शुभ रहे।